This is from the book Raised in Both Worlds. And I am David Stubbs. Remember to share and follow. I appreciate it. The bigger the platform, the more material I'm gonna make. People ask me this question a lot. What religion to follow? Is there a hell? And I got the answer for that question. And I'm talking directly of what an angel told me. I'm 62 now, but I was probably in my 20s. I would say 27, 28. One day I was looking at TV. My angel popped up. And we got to talking. And I asked the angel, is hell real? And the angel said, with her accent, UK or African accent, say, what is the thing you call hell, David? I never heard of it. And I say, hell. It's in the Bible. She say, Bible? What is this Bible you speak of? And it seemed like for hours, I'm trying to explain what the Bible is. Then I look back and I grab my Bible. It called the book. It blue, and it's supposed to be the Bible in modern day phrases, and I hand her the Bible. She touch it, and it's a big, thick Bible. She read it. As soon as she touched it, she read the whole Bible. And people say, oh, angels don't have emotions. Angels don't have feelings. My angel cried just like we cry. But this time, she laughed and smirked. And say, are you serious, David? Do y'all think God is that evil? And I said, well, that's what we've been taught out of the Bible. And she said, that Bible has nothing to do with God. I said, well, what religion shall we follow? She said, religion? Religions are man-made, David, to control large group of people, which is needed on this planet, David, because without the fear of death and without the fear of God, everybody will run rampant. So the government use it to instill fear into its citizens to have a more calm conscience. Without a conscience, this world would be dangerous, David. So this Bible thing is needed, but it's only 10% true. I say 10% true. She said, well, maybe 20. But it's worth reading to look for that 10% or 20%. But you have to choose what is real and what not. But it's worth reading. I said, well, what book would God want us to read? She said, any book that make humans better, God agreed to. Any book that make a human better is okay by God. And I say, well, what about hell? She said, the closest thing to hell on the other side, I would have to say, is a restless soul. Meaning you born again immediately after you die, until you do the right thing. She says some people live a repeated life for millions of years because they can't overcome their weaknesses. Because you have lots of lives to live to reach eternal life status. Eternal life don't come by. only one life, David. When we go in front of God, we have all our lives at one time to when we sign a contract with God. And all them lives accumulate to eternal life. And you may have to live some life over and over for hundreds of thousands of years. But it's worth doing to reach that eternal life status. Because then you decide to do what you want. You decide to come to earth or you don't have to come to earth. But once you reach that status, it stay there. So the closest thing to what y'all call hell is repeated life, restless soul. And that straight from the angel. So there's no hell or fiery pit. Like the angels say, God is not that cruel. God cares for all his children, good or bad. Remember that. Thank you and God bless.